I was hey family. I was on YouTube, just scrolling, and I came across this video, and the title was "Scientists Finally Found a Way to Open Up Portals to a New Dimension." And it's a video of the Beast Machine, CERN. The reason I call it the Beast Machine, why do I call it the Beast Machine? Because we're in the 3D, right? And in this 3D reality, this machine can tap into other dimensions. Let me just say that. But they are lower dimensions. Okay? They are lower dimensions. And the dimensions this machine is able to open up, they're lower dimensions. Okay? They're not the higher dimensions. Everything's about energy, family. These ignorant scientists are trying to go the back way. Due to their logic, their well thinking, they're so smart. And yes, they're smart, but they're so smart, spiritually they're ignorant. They're trying to go the back way as far as tapping into these so-called spiritual doors, these gateways. The ultimate gateway and spiritual doors are within us. The word tells us that God is within us and the kingdom is within us. I know this for myself. When they're using this so-called CERN beast machine, that's what I call it. Yes, it is opening up portals. And these scientists, they have seen many, many things. Had they been talking about it, making it public, it would scare the living shit out of a lot of people. Let me just say that. I, for one, have seen many, many things within myself, but it was due to me being low vibrational. So can you imagine? You're fooling with this beast machine. The only doors it's able to open up are the lower realms, the lowest of the lowest. And yes, there are lower realms than the 3D. There are other dimensions that we can only fathom. Really, we wouldn't even want to think about it, to tell you the truth. But yes, there are other dimensions. But they're lower dimensions, okay? I don't see them using this machine to go up in the 5th dimension on up. No. The highest I see this machine actually, going as far as actually, and who knows really the potential of this machine, but I truly believe as far as me being, as far as me receiving downloads from my higher self, it's not going up in the higher dimensions. It's the lower dimensions, okay? Or the dimensions that pretty much resonate with our own dimension. Let me just say that, because there are others, okay? It's either lower or it's other dimensions, other realities that resonate with our own. But the higher dimensions, no. That's the back door they're going through. This is the front door, okay? This is a closet that the word speaks about. Not the actual physical closet, but our container. We have to go in there ourselves. We have to go into the dark to bring our light out. And they don't tell you this. And they're not trying to tell us this. We have to find out this for ourselves. Because the answers are inside of us. But they don't want us to know that the answers are inside of us. They want us to be ignorant and seek for answers outside of us instead of inside of us. Okay? But we, those that know what they know, okay, you starting to awaken to the inner truth. Notice what I said, the inner truth, because it is your truth when you go within yourself. When you start to awaken to this, it makes you more enlightened. and you're getting your power back because you're not giving it to them. Okay, you're not feeling powerless as far as going by everything that they say. Yes, the scientists know what they know, and I'm not trying to put them down. But those that are playing the game, shall I say, those that are playing the game and that are taking part in this beast machine, they are very ignorant. Because when you tap into these realms, you can bring something back with you. When you tap into these realms, family, you can bring something back with you. And there could have been many, many, many things that could have came back. Or let me just say this, that could have came through this so-called portal, and they probably didn't even see it. It could have been invisible. I hope they have enough common sense to have some kind of, advanced light spectrum that can see if something is coming out of it that their normal eyes can't see. Because now for us, when we go within ourselves, I would tell anyone to exercise the spiritual protection. That's right, even within your own self. I always visualize a white light around me. I meditate day and night, Psalms 91. That's what I do, the prayer of protection. And I put on the whole armor of God, okay, that the Bible speaks about. And definitely carry that sword of the Spirit with you, which is the Word, okay? You never know when you're going to need it. So that's why it's good to, meditate and, get some of that word in you, okay? Because those lower demonic forces, entities, that you may come across, they don't care for it. Because the word is like a light and it will burn them off. Just saying, okay? But still, put your spiritual armor on. Always do that anyway. You never know, it's a day that, you can be low vibrational. You go within yourself. You don't want to bring any attachments back to you that are low vibrational. Okay? They can have you feel some type of way. Many people do this all the time. They go in deep meditation. And that's a good thing. I say make an effort every day to meditate. But if you're meditating in that state to where you are in a deep, deep meditation, and you're starting to have like these astral experiences, and you go into these realms, and you think it's all exciting and all of that, and yeah, you're going to see many, many, many things. But if it's a lower realm, what if something end up getting too close to you and you can't shake it off and you bring it back with you? This female had did that. I'm not going to say her name. I mentioned her name before, but I'm not going to do it this time around. Somebody that knew her saw a video that I was talking about her. It's a YouTuber, okay? And I don't think she does videos anymore, but I was speaking on the topic, and they were like, yeah, you're right. Everything you're saying is right. She went kind of crazy. It's like she just spiritually opened up, but she brought something back with her. And she started having, paranormal in her room to where, she was hearing scratches. Though somebody was scratching on her door, that's demonic. That's low vibrational. Anything that's benevolent, the energy is positive in your room. Actually, the energy feels normal in your room. And, also benevolent beings are not trying to control you, okay? Because they respect free will. It's any kind of low vibrational being, fallen angels / jinns / beings, those are the ones, they're not trying to follow the rules, okay? The universal rules, they're not trying to follow it. So, but the ones that do follow it, those are the benevolent beings. With that being said, always put on the whole armor before you go and meditate, okay? Especially when you're going like deep, 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 deep. And if you someone that want to astral travel, yeah, that's all fine. That's something that we do anyway at night, okay? A lot of us do this anyway at night. We just don't remember, all the places that we've been. But we remember certain things, but not everything. So many of us do have memories of astral traveling and, experiencing these different realities, write them down in your journal. We all can relate to that. All I'm saying is, even when you go to bed at night, put on the whole armor, okay? Because you can go to sleep and wake up and can't breathe. You feel like something heavy on your chest. You've been attacked, so it can happen anytime. Put on the whole armor. That's all. Visualize a white light around you daily. Anyway, but when we start to spiritually open up, family, okay? Because everybody have their own spiritual awakening. It's happening at different times, and everybody's spiritually evolving in their own time. But why are you going through why are you having your spiritual awakening, right? And your spiritual sight start to awaken. You start to see many, many things. You're going within yourself. You're doing a lot of, like I say, astral traveling and all of that. For those of you who are going up to those higher realms, okay? And what it means for you is what it means for you. And you should know you're in those higher realms because you know how it feels. The energy is different. And also, not only do you go by energy, it's like you're lighting up on the inside. That means you're rising up, okay? Anyway, not only are you learning things and you're receiving downloads, but you can bring back gifts with you. Your ancestors are inside of you. They're inside of me, my ancestors, my guides, my angels, the ascended masters. All of this is inside of us. The kingdom is within inside of us, family. And it's boundless. There is no end to it, okay? It's bountiful on the inside. But as you go up in these higher realms, you're doing a lot of learning, and you'll find yourself bringing a lot of information back to you. There's a lot of things that I have learned, and I'm grateful for, and it has really helped me. But it is for me because I've been putting the work in. Everybody has to put their own work in, okay? Everybody has to put their own work in for your own soul growth. But there have been times when I went up in those higher realms, I noticed I started seeing differently. And, I mentioned about ancestors, how I would see these orbs of ancestor lights, flying around me. And, or, I might see them in my eyes. Well, here's a prime example of what I'm talking about. I'm going to show it to you. I wish I would have checked the video out to see when I actually did it. It was like some years ago. I think it was like maybe 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. I did a video, and I would let many of you know how I had encountered the light beings. I would not have believed it unless I had experienced it myself. And actually, it was during a low point in my life. I was having a dark night of the soul, and that's when I was introduced to the light beings. And I am forever grateful to have had this experience. I'm not going to go into details and all of that, but light beings, they are real. They are real. And when I think about the light beings, I think about the higher version of ourselves. How many of us will change, into our, higher the higher expression of ourselves, being in our own light body, when we, take this body off and we fully embody, our spiritual body. It looks just like a light being. I kid you not. I've seen them on the inside of me. The energy is so loving. And when you're communing with them, even telepathically, they do communicate. Let me say that. I have not heard any of them talking to me as far as voice, but just the way they be around me, the energy is so loving. And you can also find yourself going places with them. They will extend their hands to you, and you can, you see yourself moving right along where they are, and portals will open. Family, I would love for many of you to have these experiences. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. But I come to understand that there's more to me, and I know when this life is over for me, I'm too going to reconnect and embody fully within my new body, which is my higher self form of a light being. That's pretty much what we are. We all are a spark of light. We all are light beings, okay? Whether you believe this or not, and whether you have seen this phenomenon or not, I know I've seen it. I can't speak for everybody now, but I've seen this form of me. And I'm always seeing this when I'm very high vibrational and I'm in my heart space. Let me just say that. But I'm seeing this beautiful, luminous light body of minds, okay? And I saw it real good one time when I was out of my body and, my inner man just shot from this realm outside this earthly realm. I mean, my energy was so strong, it was spiraling. I was able to shoot up out of this realm, out of this earthly realm, and I was above the earth. And I saw it. I saw my spiritual umbilical cord. It was stuck to me, to my navel, and it was very long. And the other part was connected to my physical body while I was asleep. But I was outside of my body, and I felt so calm. And I was just looking around. And at that time, I don't remember seeing the sun. The earth was luminous looking. I saw the earth, but for some reason, I just don't remember seeing the sun. And up close, I don't remember seeing the stars. They were there. Maybe they were further out, but I just don't remember seeing them. All I know is, my attentions turned around, and I started moving forward, and the portal had opened. And as the portal opened, I started seeing stars. And it's like this rush of light was just flooding me, and I was just going past all this, rushing flood of lights. And a lot of times you can black out, okay? What's meant for you to remember is meant for you to remember, but I was allowed to remember that, okay? Yes, there is more to us, family. We are truly light beings, and even though the Bible don't talk about it, I know that to be true for myself, okay? I know to be true for myself. There is more to me, okay? Because I seen my spiritual body, and it's beautiful. It just is beautiful when I was seeing these light beings. Now, as I stated, when you start to rise up in these higher realms, you do bring something back with you. Now, what that means for you is what it means for you. I'd rather bring something back with me that's positive and loving than something being attached to me that's negative. Let me just say that, okay? And let me say I also have the gift of the spirit, the gift of knowing. Some people call it also seer. I'm a seer also. But anyway, with that being said, family, I want to share this with many of you. I've taken a picture. I took this picture. Oh my goodness. I don't know how long I've had it. Let me see if the date is on this picture real quick, family. I want to go to, I don't think the date is on this picture. I would say I took this picture, I would say maybe 3 or 2 years ago. Okay, it's a picture of me. I'm just in my room. I took a picture, of myself, and I'm always, taking pictures of myself and looking at my eyes because I'm always seeing something different. Okay, the eyes are the windows to our soul, so you can imagine what's accompanying you. Let me just say that. And see, there are layers to us that goes back from past lives and all of that. When you start to embody, your gifts and all of that. A lot of times those past life gifts come back in the life that you're living in the present. And I truly believe that my gifts were dormant for whatever reason, but they have resurfaced, and I'm so grateful because it protects me and it allows me to be a service to others and to help others as far as helping them to receive clarity and also shedding light on the darkness, because there's a lot of darkness that's going on in this world. Please know that. Anyway, here's a picture right here. I zoomed in, and you can see, to me, I'm seeing light beings. A lot of times, it look like they have wings, but the ones I was seeing, they looked very humanoid looking. They looked very humanoid looking. But when you are in darkness and your inner light, the God that is within you, when it's shining within this darkness, you can see real good, and you also will see these light beings when they approach you. It's like they're in the distance, but they're moving towards you, and they look like they have wings. But anyway, here's a prime example. This right here was inside of my eyes, okay? And remember, the eyes are the windows to our soul. I hope maybe you can see. If you can't, I apologize. I'm in the car. This is a picture of me. And please know, I don't be on here making things up. I have many pictures of myself or videos of myself to where I am sharing my testimony with many of you. If you can see good. If you can't, I apologize. Maybe I should have done this at home. You see that? And you see how the edges of my eyes is lit up. You see my eyelashes, how they look lit up. See, our hairs are antenna, family, and you see, and that's why it's not really good for us to cut our hair. That's why it's not really good for us to cut our hair, because our hairs are antenna and we are constantly receiving information. But you see how my eyelids are, you see how it's lit up, and you see within my eyes, it looked like two luminous light beams or something flying in my eye. I'm going to share one more image real quick. I took this picture 2 or 3 days ago. I was out on the deck and I came back in, and I'm just checking my, okay, the gas is fine. I came back in, I was outside for a good while, because I like for the sun to hit my eyes. It energized my inner being. So it's good to sun gaze daily, but try to get it in. I don't care if you go outside, stare at that sun a little bit, so you can get that. It would just energize you, period. I mean, I know it energized me, and I do definitely right away start to see differently. It's like I'm seeing this orb of green and violet, and it's just very interesting. It doesn't last long, but while I'm seeing it, I definitely love to go inside and meditate during this time. But anyway, this is me coming back in. You would notice one part of my eye, this side is dark. It looks normal. And this eye right here is lit up right in here. You're going to see right in here it's lit up, as though I have some kind of, to me, as though I have some kind of spiritual, what's the word I want to use? Because I don't wear contacts. I'm telling you that right now. I tried them before. I cannot get into that. So your sister's not here trying to bamboozle you. Please know that. But it looked like some kind of spiritual scale that's halfway across my eye, pretty much in the middle. Eventually, my higher self let me know that many of you who are experiencing this phenomena, eventually it's going to cover your whole eye, okay? Because we are all being changed spiritually. We are all evolving spiritually, but it's what it's going to mean for you. How much work are you putting in as far as in your spiritual evolution, okay? But anyway, here it is. I did zoom in, but anyway, I was sitting in the car when I took the picture because I wanted to zoom in so many people can see it. Okay, here it is. It's going to look glossy in here, and I apologize, all right? It's going to look kind of blurry, but this is a picture. Hold on. I want one of me just coming in. Let me see something. Okay, here it is. This is me coming in from outside. Come on now. It keeps jumping around. This is a picture of me just coming in from outside, from the patio, okay? You see that? That's me just coming in, and I'm going to go in. You see how on the right side, no, the left side of my eye is dark, but the right side is kind of illuminated. And I'm going to zoom in real quick. Now, when I zoom in, here is how it looked when I zoom in a little bit. And you can kind of see like a scale in my eye, and it's illuminated. All around the edges, it's illuminated. And I'm only sharing this because there's a small few of you here that watches me, which is good. A lot of this can protect your sister. When your channel grows too big, that's when they get the attention of the powers that be. That's when they want to shut your channel down, and you're talking too much. But see, I don't have that many people watching me, so I'm learning to appreciate that. But those who watch me, look at it this way. It's meant for you to see it, because you never know. You never know. please know, I watched people before, and I didn't know I was going to have those experiences until years later. And here I am having similar experiences that a lot of these I call spiritual teachers before me here on YouTube were having. Now, I zoomed in to the best of my ability. Look at this. Hold on. I know it looks funny. Hold on. You see that? That's like, it's not the whole portion of my eye, but it's on the side. It's covering pretty much the middle part of my eye. It sort of looked alien looking, to tell you the truth. And many of you know I've given my testimony about having an abduction before. So your sister don't be on here making things up. Okay, I don't be here making things up. I've definitely had an abduction before. I don't like to talk about certain things because a lot of times you can draw the wrong kind of attention to you. But I look at it this way. This is my way of sharing my truth, my testimony, because I know I can help somebody. Family, if any of you are going through experiencing some strange things in life, you're not alone. There are others. Many people are just keeping a tight lip about it. But just know, all is well. Get you a journal and write things down and date them, okay? Because you never know if you might want to write a book about it. But anyway, these are my experiences. Like right now, my eyes can look normal, and then, when I talk, like, I don't know if you can see, but sometimes you might see like a little orb, and then when I hit the light, my eyes look totally different. Now, I can see something. I don't know if many of you see it. In the center, it just constantly change. And then I'm not outside either, so that's a whole nother ball game right there. When I go outside, things do change. Please know that. See that? Now, once again, if many of you had experienced abduction, that plays a part also, because they do tamper with our DNA. So all of that plays a part, family, okay? It's a lot that I want to say, but I don't want to going over many of your head, or you think I'm crazy, because I'm not. If you have eyes, you do see what you're seeing, okay? Other than that, it's crazy. I think it was the 5th of this month. I was in deep meditation, and I was in this environment where it was kind of dark light. Yes, it was dark, but the reason it was dark because I was accompanied by it looked like some hooded figures of people. I couldn't see their face, but my consciousness was in this place. My consciousness. I didn't see my body. My consciousness was there, and I was moving behind the person that was in front of me, and there was 2 others on each side of this person, and they all had like hooded hoods on with the cloak, head cover. Basically, make a long story short, I said, something popped up in my spirit. I said, oh boy, it must be ritual time. For some reason, I was able to, see the phenomena as far as things they be doing behind the scenes, these world leaders, and who knows as far as the actual people that I was seeing, but they were gathered together. One time I saw them with goblets, blood was in it, but they was gathered together and they was walking, and I was walking behind them. I wasn't feeling my essence walking, but I was behind them, and it's like they all was walking, and then they turned around and as though they were looking at me, and I like, let me get out of this, because I don't want to bring nothing back with me, but anyway, I gotta go, family. I apologize when I can't elaborate, but the point I'm trying to make is when you go through yourself, you will get the truth, and the Holy Spirit will reveal things to us, okay? The Most High God's children, and you will know why so much distraction going on around here. Yeah, and let me say this: the distraction that they will permit, okay? The distraction that they will permit, because they don't want people talking and looking over here and looking over there, when these Hollywood puppets get to doing all kind of weird things, they will allow that because they don't want a lot of us to know what's really, really going on, okay? But yeah, that's what it is. But it's definitely ritual time going on around here, big time. I love you, family. I'll be back with another video. Bye.